As the next step, we're gonna have to relate tags with courses. So we're gonna create pivot table since the relationship between courses and tags will be many-to-many. Each course might have more than one tag, and one tag can belong to more than one course. Following the convention of naming pivot table, I'm going to call this migration create course tag table, where I have used singular form of two resource names in alphabetical order. After this, let's modify this migration to add all necessary columns in order to bind courses to tags. So this table is going to reference course IDs as well as tag IDs from corresponding tables. That is why I'm going to copy over this column definition and paste it into course tag migration. So this code is going to produce the column with the name course underscore ID. That will be a foreign key, and it will reference an ID column from the course table. In the same way, I'm going to create tag underscore ID column by using the following expression. Right here, we just have to change model name. Since we're creating tag name, let's import all necessary models, and at the end, I'm going to make course ID tag ID pairs unique by adding unique index. So now let's run this new migration and make sure that course tag table has been created. As you can see, it has been added, but for now it is empty. So as the next step, let's add all necessary relationship methods to eloquent models to bind courses to tags. Inside the course model, I'm going to create relationship method with a name tags that is going to return belongs to many relationship object, and we are describing this relationship in this way. At the end, let's not forget to call with timestamp method. Later on, I'm gonna show you what this method is used for. And of course, we need to have an opposite relationship, so let's copy over this whole method implementation and paste it into tag model. But in this case, we are attaching courses to tags, and this model name has to change on course. And finally, we'll have to come up with the logic to populate pivot table and attach courses to tags. So right here inside of tag seeder, let's write the following. I'm going to receive every course from the database inside this callback as the first argument. And then I'm gonna call method take on the tag model in order to get random records from the tags table. Every time we're going to grab 1, 2, or 3 random records from the tags table. Let's not forget to call get to actually execute this query. And finally, having this tags collection, let's call method each to iterate over this collection. Here we're gonna get every element from this collection as the first parameter of this callback. And let's call method tags on the current course model to be able to attach particular tag to this course. And we're doing it by using method attach and passing tag object like this. And all this code is going to populate course tag table and attach random courses to random tags. As always, we have to import all necessary classes. Let's get back to the terminal and run php artisan db seed to reseed the database. Everything went well, so let's take a look at the pivot table and make sure that this table has been populated. Alright, now let's get back to that with timestamps method that we are calling right here while defining this relationship, and see what is actually going to happen if we'll omit this method call. I'm gonna run dbseed command once again. In this case, we're getting an error, but this is unrelated error to that with timestamps method call. We just need to remove all records from the course tag table before seeding the database again. So I'm gonna call method truncate to remove all the records from this table before we will insert those records again. Let's reseed the database once again. No errors in this case. And if we'll open up course tag table, we're seeing that created add and updated add columns are not filled. And so that is the reason why we need to have this with timestamps method call while defining many-to-many relationship. in order for Eloquent to fill in created add and updated add columns for us. Alright, let's recreate database and run seeders again. This time all columns have been filled. Next one, I'm going to render related text within each course card. Right here, let's open up card component and add the following markup. For now, I'm just going to show only one tag, but let's show it before the course title. I'm going to apply a couple of classes to style it properly. The background color of the tag will be gray with a shade of 500. The text color will be white. The corners will be rounded a bit. Horizontal paddings will be 2 units. Vertical ones will be 0.5. Text will be extra small. And font will be medium. And great, we're seeing that the tag has appeared inside of each course card. Now I'm going to make this wrapper flexible container, inside of which the distance between all children will be 1 unit and the margin from the bottom will be 2 units. Finally, we'll just have to reference our text relationship on the course model to be able to iterate over array of texts. And right here, let's reference name field to actually show proper tag name on the page. Let's also decrease the distance between the course title and the description. Use MT1 class instead of MT2. And this is the result that we got. Now each course card renders related text. Link to the source code will be in the video description.